Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text, time to an item from the Dollar Tree. First of all, I say Happy Epiphany! It is Epiphany, the day of Epiphany. We celebrated Epiphany Sunday yesterday, but I'm videoing this on Epiphany, the day of January 6th. All right, but we're talking about baptism of the Lord. This is for the Revised Common Lectionary, and we're looking at the gospel text, and we're talking about the baptism of Jesus. So there's a number of items we can use, and what I'm really looking at is how in the baptism of Jesus, the question about who Jesus is answered. We see that in the text, and it's a bookend. We've got the baptism of Jesus where the voice says, "You are my Son, the beloved, with you I am well pleased." And then you fast forward to the Transfiguration, and you have that same voice speaking to the disciples, "This is my Son, whom I'm well pleased, the beloved." So there's this bookend of the story, but in the baptism of Jesus, it gets really clear that Jesus is the Son of God. And so I'm talking about that in that we're like, oh wow, it gets clear. And also in our own baptism, it gets clear about who we are. And in our baptism, God says, "I claim you, I pour my grace upon you, and you are my child." And it becomes clear. So some of the items that we can talk about, things that might have been hidden or they seem hidden, but all of a sudden they become very clear. There is, at the Dollar Tree, they have books of puzzles, and in there they've got the draw by number, where you look at the picture and you can't really tell what it is. A lot of them are for much younger kids, so we look at them and go, oh, that's going to be a teddy bear. But still, you look at the numbers and you go, you look at it, I can't tell it what it is. And you start drawing, you start connecting the dots, and the picture starts to form. And it's like, oh, and it becomes clear. Again, tying it back to the words that God speaks to Jesus, "You are my Son," it becomes clear. The other is at the Dollar Tree, and this is hit and miss. I've noticed that some Dollar Trees have them, some not, but there's little kits, and they're code cracker kits. Little secret things in there where you can write a secret code, or you can actually look online and you can come up with a simple code where different pictures, like a different emoji, might mean a letter. A dice emoji might mean the letter D, and the star emoji might be the letter S, and you could spell out a word that way. Again, it's a way of making something seems hidden or questions about it. What is this? And in an act, it becomes clearer. The other item I was thinking about using was lemon juice, and I don't know if you back old Boy Scout journal or manual or different kinds of things have this where you take lemon juice and you write a message on a piece of paper and you let that dry and you can't see it, and then over a candle, you could use maybe a church's candle, or you bring out a candle and you light it, and over the heat the lemon juice browns and the word gets spelled. So you could write loved, and sometimes we think, am I lovable? And it's like God tells us in baptism we are loved and we are claimed and we are God's child. A couple of different ways that you can do it. Another way is write a message on a pad of paper. Inside the pad of paper, write the message. And push down hard, or you write the message, and then tear that piece of paper off and get rid of it. And so underneath, you have a piece of paper with some indentions on it, and you can take a pencil and you can rub it. You've heard about doing like rubbings on a gravestone where you see you can transfer the writing onto another piece of paper. But this is a way, and we've seen it in spy movies. Oh, I wonder what they wrote on, or an old detective noir movie where you take the pencil and you rub the pencil over the message, and the message becomes clear. All of this is to, again, focus on in baptism. In the baptism of Jesus, we get to hear in, we get to listen in, and we get to see what God is up to, and that Jesus is God's Son. So different ways there. Hope this can be a springboard for your own thinking around the baptism of the Lord and our own baptisms, about how God makes it pretty clear that God thinks that you and I and the world is special. And that is a good and wonderful thing as God's grace showers upon us. All right. Thank you for the work you do, for retelling the story. Please remember, I keep forgetting this, but please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And thanks for coming along on this journey. And blessed Epiphany to you.